Hey all, Hipper here. So Duca de Aosta, and I run Soundwave with Takao and Baltimore because this is an agile build, and I will get back to that later. But of course on the ship I have aiming systems, and then I of course have the steering gears mod. So look at this, 94 maneuverability, 3.5 second rudder, 41 knots at tier 5, making it pretty much as agile as Exeter, except it's way faster. So Duca here was one of those ships that I took out when we first got it in the game, and honestly I wasn't very impressed, just like its tier 6 cousin, and I kind of just left it on its own and I didn't play it, and then in the end I sold it. And then I just happened to get it back in one of the crates here just before Christmas. And I thought, okay, perhaps now is the time to take it out again, because now we have a Sure Lane Baltimore as inspiration, along with Takao or Soundwave or one of the other 3% rudder guys. And this is the build I ended up with, going with Soundwave here. And just keep in mind that Soundwave is not fully upgraded yet. He's 16.3. If you make him 16.4, you will lose another 2% rudder. Meaning that you could probably get this thing down to 3.2 rudder, 3.3 maybe, which is the same as Exeter at tier 5, and that's the fastest you can possibly do at tier 5. So that is quite interesting actually. I don't know if I'm gonna waste a lot of resources on Soundwave. It depends if the new premium Italian cruiser coming out next update, the Gorizia. Depends if that one's good and will perform well with an agile build. I might go all in on Soundwave. Look at that, 3 citadels. If not, then I'll just stick with what I have here. So this is what you want to do in Duca. You want a citadel cruisers. It does that really well. The HE is quite disappointing actually. And yeah, you're better off pretty much not using it, just like the tier 6 premium Italian cruiser. So Duca reminds me a bit of Molotov actually, except that it's a lot more agile than Molotov, and I like that. And as you can see, the AP is excellent, and really that is pretty much what this ship has to offer. Because being a premium Italian, it has sonar, but I mean, pretty much every other cruiser has sonar except the Italians, so it doesn't really have anything extraordinary to offer you, and it is not the easiest ship to play or do well in, but it is a very good ship for citadeling other cruisers. You see I have 7 citadels already in this game here, and if you enjoy agile cruisers, it is quite agile. It goes nearly 42 knots, 3.5 second rudder, but as you can see, it is extremely squishy, and you're not gonna bounce any battleship shells with this ship here, and that's probably my main reason that I probably sold it in the beginning, because I thought, oh, this is just not gonna work. At least Exeter has smoke to you know, cover itself when things go south. Duca does not have that. Add to that the fact that it's probably one of the ugliest cruisers in the game as well. It kind of looks like someone put like a lighthouse on top of a hull, and then put some very weird small guns into a pretty large gun housing, and it just looks weird. It's a strange ship, I think. So it's not a pretty ship by any means. And it's not a super powerful ship either, but I have started to play around with it with an agile build, and I mean it's not bad. Like, actually for a tier 5 cruiser, it is just second to Exeter in agility, which is quite good. 3.5 second rudder at tier 5, that's quite rare. That's actually really rare. And of course you got the Italian torpedoes as well. So that's the good part. Like you saw earlier, the bad part is that it is exceedingly squishy, and not just to battleship fire. I mean, if you show broadside in this thing, you are going to get pummeled. So it's a challenging ship, and perhaps a little bit too challenging, because I mean, I enjoy a quirky ship and a ship that puts up a little bit of a challenge. But I think perhaps Duca puts up not too much of a challenge, but perhaps a little bit too much frustration, I think. It's a little bit one-dimensional, apart from the fact that it has torpedoes, so it's no Baltimore, but although with an Agile build it is more fun, but I need to take it out for a few more battles to see what I really think of the ship here, because a good thing about Agile builds down at the lower and the middle tiers is that they work really well, because no one can really do Agile builds on a tier 5 or tier 4 for that matter. So everyone plays the same way, so you can really surprise people with an Agile build in your cruisers. Like the same way you used to be able to do that at tier 7, but I mean now it's some cruisers people just expect them to be spec'd with an Agile commander, so you can't really surprise people that much anymore. But you can down here at tier 5. Like an Agile Exeter always surprises people, and an Agile Duca, perhaps I haven't played it enough, but I will give it a few more battles here and see what I actually think. But like I said in the beginning, I initially sold this ship, and it's not a ship I would run out and buy just to put an Agile build on it, because there are better options. Exeter is better at it. And it's only because I happened to get the ship again here, not on purpose or anything like that. Just got in a random crate, and I thought, like I said, let's put an Agile build on it this time where we have some more commanders and see how we do. And yeah, it's better. It's definitely better. But it's not a ship I would go out and buy for the specific purpose of playing it with an Agile build. It's not that good. So if you don't own this ship and you watch this video and you think, oh, that looks like a fun ship, I would save my doubloons. Definitely, I would actually say you should absolutely not buy this ship. You should wait for the new premium cruiser that comes out in the next update. I don't know if it comes out on Monday or whenever it does, but it'll be in the next update, the Gorizia. That looks like a Sarah with a sonar instead of torpedoes. It could be good. It could also be trash. Don't know, but of course, being a community contributor again, I'm assuming Wargaming will give me the ship to test out. So this time I don't have to spend doubloons on it to give you guys an opinion on whether it works with an Agile build or not. I'm pretty sure it will be, because it is just a Sarah, and it seems like it's going to be a little bit more agile than Sarah actually. That's usually the case with the premium ships, especially when you give up torpedoes. I mean, you need to have something else then, other than the sonar. So Duca, as good as it is, it's a niche ship, and really only for people who, for some odd reason that I can't really understand, really loves Italian cruisers and hates HE shells that actually do damage. And I think that narrows it down quite a bit. So I'm actually in general quite disappointed in the Italian cruiser line, because they lack sonar, and the ones that have sonar, they are just so squishy that getting into range to actually use the sonar is almost impossible. So it's not my kind of line. I enjoy the Amalfi, I will say that. It's quite a good ship. And I'm looking very much forward to the legendary Italian cruiser, which I'm assuming will be Venezia. I have no idea when that'll be in the game, absolutely no clue. But it's one of the ships that I definitely look forward to, and I think would be a lot of fun to play. But the Italian line available right now, excluding Gorizia yet, because I don't know what that is like yet, I am not that interested in, and that's also why I haven't fully maxed out Soundwave. It's simply because I don't play the Italian cruisers that much. And it's not because they're not good, it's just because they're not that much fun. I mean, they're not the best destroyer hunters, and that's what I really like to do in my cruisers. So Amalfi without a sonar, it's not my favorite. So why spend more resources on Soundwave unless I absolutely have to? So look for my channel when I give the Gorizia a whirl next week, I hope. See when it's available. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you out there.